NFT, it costs a milli. Usher man in the city, battling Ito, made that boy dizzy. Can you not copy your raps? You looking silly like Milli Vanilli. Ride with the top down, Movie City. Locked down in the Metaverse, it's a frigid. Provide for the family, I got plenty. Usher man on nature grease, I'm a demi. Gotta take care of your kids, gotta take care of the little ones. If we got a bigger the crib, I'ma come through with the bigger ones. NFT money legit, yeah, it keep on going up. Family friends on my list, they made me the man who I is. I'm too ultra, man. I'm so ultra, man. Yes, I'm ultra, man. I'm too ultra, man.
What's up, my Omi homies and fellow horse racing fans? We are back for another Friday night races. I got my man Mo Knowz in the building. What's up, Mo? How you doing tonight? Mo is getting his coffee ready, and then we have a special guest today. We got the commish. The commish is here with us. He is an OG player from Photo Finish Live, and he's got some really great horses. Let's find out a little bit about the commish and make sure Mo's all right. I'm sure he's just getting his coffee. What's up, commish? What's the name of your stable and how long you've been playing Photo Finish?
What's up, everybody? The name of my stable is the Solanauts stable. So it's Solana's astronauts consolidated into one word. So the Solanauts.
Nice.
And we joined Photo Finish about a little over a year ago, right around the time that they had announced themselves as a blockchain game. And then we partnered with one of the original HRM players not too long after that. And for those of you who are not familiar with HRM, it's the third time who's the development team behind Photo Finish. It's their mobile game that they have, I think, over 10 or 11 million downloads.
Oh, wow.
Prior to getting into blockchain gaming. So this guy had a lot of experience, and just made a lot of sense to partner up with an OG who knows a lot of the ins and outs and theories and strategies to really help elevate the stable. And so I know not only myself, but a few of the other OGs have also partnered up with some other managers. Again, just any leg up that we can get over the competition when we go live has always been a thought process. And I think people are going to be really surprised how competitive and how awesome this is really going to end up being in the long run.
Yeah, they definitely have the graphics to back it up, so it's going to keep people's interest. So you came from the NFT side of things. You didn't come from like the horse racing side. Are there any other NFT projects you've been in before in the past?
Yeah, a lot actually. So I got into NFTs around like December 2020, I think. So it was like middle of COVID. My buddies and I were big into crypto for a few years, and we're like, what is next? What is next? Like, there's got to be something new. We had just gone off the DeFi wave. And we were watching some videos on YouTube about Decentraland and like learning about all this virtual real estate. And we spent a lot of time on Ethereum, and then spent time in the art space on like Nifty Gateway and Super Rare, OpenSea. We just spent a lot of time over there. And then we came over to Solana after we learned about Star Atlas. So really the gaming side of Solana brought us over here. And we believe that eventually, as the market sorts itself out, Ethereum will be useful for a certain subsection of the market. And then I think Solana will be the sole or one of the top providers for pretty much everything else. The transaction speeds will only get better over time. Just a great ecosystem for builders. And so, we try to think of NFTs, crypto, all this as like its own universe today. But in order for it to go mainstream and capture mass adoption, there's got to be some sort of blend of the two. And so if crypto operates in the background while we operate, kind of in our traditional world on the front end, that's actually the best of both worlds for developers and for users. So great experiences on both ends. And ultimately, we're placing bets across the crypto spectrum to see if anything pans out. And, who knows, super speculative, but pretty confident about particularly this one, the Photo Finish game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I said, the graphics, you can tell by the design that these guys know what they're doing. They had the previous game with millions of downloads, so they know all about it. And like you said, Solana is a very fast blockchain. I know there's a big debate on which blockchain's the best, but gaming's going to be huge for NFTs in general, and you got to have a fast blockchain if you want to be able to support gaming NFTs.
Yeah, I really don't see games in the future, let's say 5 years from today, like games will be built with player ownership. I mean, that's the future, right? Like the way that these companies today can offer up X number of items or collectibles or skins or whatever, and you, the player, don't own it, you can't sell it, you can't take it with you anywhere. I think those days are coming to an end. And so, betting on a blockchain game this early just makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. What's up, Mo? Did you get your coffee? Are you ready to go today?
Yo, what's up, Walt? What's up, Kamish? What's going on, chat?
What's up, Mo?
I feel like I'm
Yeah,
too
pro
energetic
tip.
for you guys. Y'all all right? Y'all ready to go? Are you hyped up for Friday night races?
Oh, we ready to go, baby. Pro tip, though, if you want to make coffee, you got to hit the power button. Because if you don't turn it on, no
I've
coffee.
done that before, and I forgot to add the water before, and then come back, and there's nothing happening. That's rough. We
But yeah, we're good to go, baby.
We got some big races tonight. We got a bunch of grade 1 races that are going off between 7 and 8. The first one happens in about 8 minutes. The digitally unstable Who Are You stakes. And I've heard from listening to people in the Discord that apparently if you win something or if you earn it, you can get some of these races named after you. Like Guy's Community Cup. I think that's my buddy Guy Van Trike. And Firefly Allowance, maybe that's you, Firefly Odyssey. I don't think that's you. Maybe that's a different Firefly. But apparently you can get races, some of these grade 1 races named after you by earning it, maybe by winning them. And the first one that's going to be tonight is the digitally unstable, a 7 furlong turf race. I think we're going to have Mono calling them. We got some other races in between here. They actually, Photo Finish put those in there for the stream. We got some subscriber races. If you guys want to get in there, they're not awful. As you can see, I got some of my horses in each of them. And then I got all my horses in all the races between 8 and 9 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, we got a big showdown from me and my man Dub in here. Where's he at? He was actually thanking you, Commish. Apparently, you sent him his horse Triple Dub. And then my buddy Soulmate Stables sent me over a horse that I named Ika Mouse. And then those are our 2 best horses. And they've been racing each other a couple of times now. So far, Ika Mouse has won every time. But they're going to be having another showdown tonight at 9 p.m. They're going to be going against each other once again.
Well, that's unacceptable, Dub. We got to get a couple wins here. We got to represent the bloodlines.
Actually, that's one thing I really need to get into is looking into these bloodlines. I was told by Soulmate Stables when I was getting ready to start breeding some of my horses to make sure that none of them are inbred and to start checking those lines. Let me check here the chat real quick. Darkling says, how do you get started? Do you have to buy a horse or can you start for free? Right now, all the horses are free. I've never put a penny into the game. Once you start your account, you get a bunch of this Derby coins sent to you, and you can use those Derby coins on the marketplace to pick up horses. And then, of course, some of the OGs in the community will send out horses to new players as well. And then when V2 begins, apparently some of those horses some of those races are going to be paid races. Maybe, Kamish, you can explain it to us a little bit more about the difference between V1 and V2 of the game.
Yeah, I think we got a race starting here any minute, don't we? I don't want to talk over the race. So
I'm sorry.
We do. Subscriber special. I don't know if you want to hop in. We can.
I'm not worried about that one. It's like my worst horse.
Okay.
We'll watch the grade 1 if that's all right.
Yeah. So the way I understand it is that we're currently in beta 1, right, which is just a test drive. The team put together their first rough draft of what they think the game should look like, and so the users who've been in there for maybe like 4 or 5 months now, we've been giving a tremendous amount of feedback, what we like, what we don't like. And major props to the dev team. They take a lot of this feedback to heart. They're jotting down pretty much every request or idea that the community has, and they're executing to the best of their ability or what they believe might be the best output for the game itself. So really awesome job to have a collaboration between the community itself and the developers, right? Because we all want this to be the best thing it can be, and so if they just design it without some of that feedback from the user base, you end up not getting the best product. So beta 1 was their first rough draft. Beta 2 is kind of I don't want to say a scrap, but definitely going to feel like a big revamp for us. So a lot of the horses and what you see today, they'll all be reset back to the beginning, and we'll basically be starting from scratch all over again. So it'd be great to see the original bloodlines, super clean and crisp, the original horses that are going to get this ecosystem kickstarted into the future. And, hopefully we'll see a lot more bells and whistles within the UI, within the platform itself, that we don't get to see today. So some of the things I know that they're building, some wagering dynamics, some restricted races. And so restricted races, if you're not familiar, so if you look at the screen now, you see a bunch of S horses. And in beta, people were really just racing the S horses in every race they could fill. And so if you had a B horse or an A horse, you really weren't getting a lot of love, not a lot of opportunity to get some wins in. And so the restricted races will have dynamics just like real life. So you think about maybe 4 years and older, or 4 years and a filly only, or maybe 3 wins or less, or maybe you've only won X amount of dollars or less, right? And so you can combine as many of these different variables as you want to create some sort of race that keeps the horses in the field relatively competitive. So it's going to be a great opportunity for all levels, A's, B's, C's, D's, S's, to really compete and have an opportunity to make money regardless of where you are, in the ecosystem. And I think that's the biggest key for what they're trying to do here is really show people that you don't have to have Secretariat to do well. And they've even written Medium articles based on real life examples of real life stables that have operated in this capacity and have done extremely well for themselves. And so the idea is that regardless of what your budget is, there is a horse for you, there's a race for you, there's a strategy for you. And depending on how good you are, how much time you put in, you could work your way up all the way to the top, starting at the bottom. And that's the great thing is that none of the horses live forever, just like in real life. So there's always turnover. There's always an opportunity to get a great breed, right? We're calling those the unicorn rolls. You get a unicorn out of an excellent breed. Next thing you know, you're winning the next 3-4 seasons. And then guess what? If you have a nice colt, people are coming to you now for some breeding income. And there's no better passive income play on the planet than owning a horse and just putting it in the barn and letting people with fillies come and pay you to mate with it. So you think about the economics, the dynamics around that. There's just so much opportunity here, and with there only being 4,000 horses to start. If you think about the team that they had, 10 million plus downloads, millions and millions and millions of users, and there's only 4,000 horses. How does this horse population grow, right, to feed the demand of all those potential players? Well, we feed the demand, right? The team doesn't, the players do. So the players own that economy, and that's ultimately what we're trying to test out in Beta V2, is understanding what does that look like? How do we best position ourselves to be attractive to the marketplace, and really try to, again, just create the best experience possible for more and more users, more and more players.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the idea of the restricted races. Already, I don't even race my S- horses very much. I just do the S's and S pluses because the S- don't have a chance. So when we have restricted races, you'll see that more often. You can race your horses that aren't all the way at the top of the pyramid at the time. Shout out to Crypto Khaki. Thank you, my man, for the super chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Firefly Odyssey says Firefly is not her horse or his horse. Actually, she's never told us if it's a boy or a girl, but we think it's a girl. All right, it's about race time. I'm going to send it over to Knowz and let him call this race. This is a grade 1. So these are the big boys. As you can see, the top one up here is 3 wins and 1 second place. So these are the good horses.
All right, Volt. We got the digitally unstable Who Are You stakes coming up. Grade 1 race here, going 7 furlongs on the turf. Looks like it is raining slightly on the track. Currently sitting at 12 entrants. And about 30 seconds until race time.
You guys got a favorite here? Got a favorite?
I'd have to look a little bit and see. I'm probably going to be going with Wolof. Every time I race against this Wolof guy, he crushes me. But my buddy Soulmate's in here, and he or she's got the horse Mike Tyson. I like that name a lot. And I did snipe one of Wolof's horses off the market today for like 500 Derby. So I'm pulling for either Wolof or Soulmates personally.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Digitally unstable Who Are You stakes. Major race here on Photo Finish Live. 12 horses in the gate. Locked and loaded, and they're off. Even start across the board. 4 horse got out a little awkwardly. Up front, Aki, followed by Terrigles on the outside. Ethel's Foal, and then Crap 90s Footballers on the outside, the 8 horse. Half went back to the 5, and we got the 3 on the inside. I Know Where I'll Be Tonight. And the rest of the pack is looking to catch up. Opening quarter in 23 and change as we head around the first turn and on to the backstretch. Aki still leads the way. On the outside, ItzWonderfull about half length back. Massimo trying to make an early move here on the backstretch. I Know Where I'll Be Tonight sitting comfortably in 4th. Pace Wrecker still on the outside, sitting in 5th, and everybody else that we can't see the names. Opening half gone in 47 and change. Things are starting to heat up, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into the final turn. Aki still shows the way, though. ItzWonderfull, Massimo. LTS trying to see what he can do on the outside, going 4 wide here. See how that pans out. ItzWonderfull's now challenging on the outside. Aki holding on the inside. ItzWonderfull on the outside. Aki trying to come back. Aki, ItzWonderfull takes the win, followed by Aki, Massimo. I Know Where I'll Be Tonight. Round out your superfecta.
That's a 14-1 that came in first right there, and with a great finish.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
Good stuff. That was Poverty Ranch. Shout out to Punch Pablo in the chat. BD Hinders is back. He was racing with us last week. He says it's cool that they added some races. He got into some of the subscriber races, and those are the races that they added between 7 and 8 o'clock between the grade 1 races. So we might watch some of those too if you guys want to. But while we still have Kamish here, I did want to ask you, Kamish, if you're in the position of a beginner like some of us here in the chat and myself, and you have about $100 or $200 to invest into the game, what's the best way to invest it like right now?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say like the best because everybody's in their own unique situation. But what I would say is, if you're thinking about the long-term aspects of the game, right? If you really want to hunker down into something, as I mentioned earlier, the growth of the ecosystem is really what I'm focused on. And the way to supply that growth is through having fillies, right? So you have a filly and you can make some babies and you can sell them off to new players. So for me, I'm looking for a filly. I'm looking for a well-rounded filly. She doesn't have to even be the best. She just has to be relatively solid. So just open up the marketplace real quick and let's just walk through, some of the things that you can see out there so I can give you guys some context.
Sure. Anything in particular? You may look at one of the fillies.
Well, so the first thing is you have to understand the difference between the grades, which is what you see based on the skills, right? So start, speed, stamina, finish, heart, temper. So that's like one pillar. And then the second pillar would be the preferences of the horse. So right, left, turf, dirt, or firm or soft. So the way I look at it is the stars, right, or the preferences represent the foundation of the horse, right? And just like anything else, you want to have a strong foundation. And so horses that have high preferences, when you race them in those types of races, they perform better because they prefer those types of races. And then based on the foundation of that horse, then you have the skills, right? So is the horse excellent at start and speed for sprinters, right? Or stamina or finish for routers. And then heart typically translates to, how does it fare against its competition? And then temper is a stat that says like, how well does it perform consistently? So you really want to find horses that have relatively strong grades across the board. And so for somebody, regardless of how much money you have, and again, don't think about the grade itself because I think there's going to be a place for every grade. Just find the horse that has the most well-rounded stats and is a filly. For me, that's the best place to start. If you have a colt and it's not the greatest colt, you're going to have to end up paying for more horses down the road anyway. So if you have one single filly, right, you can make 10 to 15 new horses out of that. And if you get, let's say half of those are fillies, well, now you have 6 more fillies that you can breed and make more horses out of, right? So just one filly alone can get you to a place where you can be or have a lot of diversity in your own stable. And so, if I just had an opportunity to grab one horse, I'm absolutely going after a filly.
Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. I remember that's how it was in Zed Run too. When I played Zed Run, they were always like, make sure you have a filly or a mare so that you can breed. 100%. What's up, the Palace in the house? We got a race coming up in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. There's a couple more if you guys want to get into these races. If you have horses, the subscriber stakes and the subscriber maiden are still have a few spots left, and the Monon as well. And then we have some more races down here that we're going to be that Mo is going to be calling between 8 and 9 that you can still get into. The next race is a subscriber classic. So on this one, I think this might be the one I got from Wolof. I found this one on the market. and it was still a little bit tired, but I wanted to be in this race, so we might see an injury here. And I kind of want to see them how the mechanic works anyway, so I don't mind injuring my horse. I know it sounds bad, but remember, it's a digital horse, y'all. So I don't mind injuring my horse to see how that works, and it may just end up running a good race and winning and not being injured. We'll see.
Yeah, so if you're a user, right, and you're in this screen and you want to get an edge on who your competition is or what their skills and strengths are, you can just hover over the letter grade itself, and it will give you a nice little popover of all the different skills that horse has. So, if you're into wagering or placing bets, this is a great way to get a little bit of extra alpha in that decision making. Obviously, the records will help, but certainly you want to look at the distance of the race, and then what are the skills of those horses, because that letter grade alone is just the average of everything. So, an A+ horse could have, in theory, S's for certain stats and B's for others, but where it has the S's might be perfect for that type of race. So that's where, again, having knowledge of your competition, a knowledge of how the race math potentially works is a huge advantage. And, you guys asked earlier about like what's in V2, right off the bat, just watching this first race, what they mentioned is that sound will certainly be part of V2, right? So I don't know if we're going to get some music or some race calls or potentially both. But again, elevating that user experience is going to be awesome. And then they're also working on a second track. So if you'll notice, a lot of the tracks it's the same track, just different directions, different weather patterns. But they will have a plethora of tracks as the years go by. But they're definitely working on a second one at the moment, so that should be fun to see. Some new visuals as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
VV Vault Track International.
I was thinking
nice.
the Churchill Downs, but the VV Vault track sounds even better. Shout out to E-Rock. E-Rock is at the Jane's Addiction and Smashing Pumpkins concert, just checking out the stream in between sets. Let's go. We're doing a little horse racing over here. And I think using these stats right here that Kamish was talking about would also be useful after a race. Go after a race and look to see which horses came first, second, and third. Start looking at that stuff after the race and see which stats are winning.
Subscriber Classic coming up here in 5 seconds. We watching this one?
Yes, sir.
All right, Subscriber Classic here on Photo Finish Live, Friday night races. 10 horses in the field, they're in the gate, 10 furlongs on the dirt, and they're off. Even start up front, awkward start for the 6, but looks like he recovered. 8 horse, Patek Phillip, off to an early start, followed by Stoner's Circle, and the 1, Black Type Stables, and the 5, because they don't show me the names. And it's the Patek Phillip and Mr. L neck and neck here as we get forward down the back stretch. Opening quarter in 25 and change. Oh, the 8 is now pulling up out of the race. We have an injury, ladies and gentlemen. Hope he's all right. You hate to see it, but Mr. L pays no mind and keeps on running. Half-length lead over Frankenstein on the rail, followed by Starboy and Sage, 3581 foal 2 mods foal. And there's 2 horse, Wakaki's foal, and a 6, and everybody else trying to play catch-up. Half done in 49 and change as we head along the backstretch. Not much changing up front. It's Frankenstein still showing the way. And Starboy, Wakaki's foal, and Code Talker. Alright. We have a few horses here in the middle of the pack trying to make an early move. As we head into the far turn, things are heating up. 3 quarters in 1 and 14, and Frankenstein says, "Come and get me." As Wakaki is still sitting about 2 lengths off the lead, followed by Starboy, and Mac and Cheese now making a move from the back. Heading 3 wide. And this is time to go. Here's the money shot, folks. Frankenstein at 23-2 says, "I got what you need." Wakaki trying to make a move. Starboy, Mr. L, no change. Looks like Frankenstein may just take it to the bank. Oh, watch out now. Wakaki says, not yet. Here he goes. Wakaki on the outside. No, Frankenstein is going to take it. 1-2-5. Happens to be my birth time for the trifecta.
Wow, Frankenstein was a big long shot too and pulled it off at the end. That was a pretty awesome race. Looks like we got a lot of mac and cheese lovers in the chat, a lot of mac and cheese fans. Sorry, but he came in 4th. It was a nice finish though. That's an A+ horse. Wow, what an upset.
Look at that, A+.
That's awesome, actually. Yeah. That means that you have a chance even if you don't have the best horse to win a race like that.
Yeah, real quick, I don't want to cut him before, but to follow up on what you guys were saying, right? I mean, I've been playing horses for 35 years now. You don't necessarily need a top-notch horse, right? Like other games, you want to go to class 1, make the most money. But in this game, you got different fields, like you were saying, right? Non-winners of 2 30 days, non-winners of 2 lifetime. Like there's different opportunities for all sorts of horses, right? And in real horse racing, you can have a horse with a lot of speed and no stamina. So you throw him in a sprint race, and he can win from time to time, right? He's not going to be, he's not going to be the favorite. But that's my favorite part of this whole experience, man. It's like it feels like every horse will have an opportunity to have a shot. You know what I mean? At some point, and that's why I'm loving it. So.
Yeah, I mean, look at Lagunas right here on the screen. It's got 23 races and 7 wins. That is an unbelievable result for a horse, right? To be able to win 33%, 31% of the time. That horse is going to be super profitable at just a 30% win rate. And then, oh, by the way, it's got what, like a 50% podium rate? That's all you can ask for. You find a horse that has even better stats than that, I mean, you hit a grand slam. But let's go back to that last race real quick, and let's look at Frankenstein. Like, why did that A+ beat the S's and the S minuses? I think that's a great case study to get everybody to be familiar with, you know, how these things can happen, right? So just click on the subscriber classic right there. Yep. All right, so this was a left dirt firm race, right? So clearly 3 stars left. This horse really prefers the left, really prefers the dirt, and is super strong on the soft conditions. All right, and then what was the distance on this? 10 furlongs. So you'd think 10 furlongs is a little bit longer. So you're looking at stamina and finish. So S- and A+. Doesn't
That
look
was
like
7. I think that's showing the previous race, isn't it?
No, I think it's 10. Subscriber Classics 10. We're looking at the previous race right now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Exactly.
For me, it's showing the mud water allowance still, which is 10. Okay, good.
Oh,
good.
weird.
Yeah, so here, this horse really prefers these conditions, right? Left dirt soft. And then from a distance standpoint, that stamina and finish, they don't look particularly strong, but, you know, let's see what some of the other horses were spitting out. So Waikiki finished second, I think, right? So
Yep.
what were Waikiki stats? Right, so look at that left dirt soft, right? So we talked earlier about that foundation being really strong. So the foundation on Frankenstein was much stronger than that S horse, which shows that there's, you know, multiple levers and things you need to consider when deciding what horse you want to race, what you want to purchase. And so that's why I always recommend start off with the foundation elements first. Do you remember who came in third? I forget exactly.
Yeah, this one right here. Code Talker's Foe. He's got an A+ star, S on speed, S on stamina, S on finish, and an SS- on heart.
Yeah, so look at it here, same thing, right? The stamina and finish are stronger here, right? So you'd think that from a distance perspective, this horse would win. But again, the preferences are just a little bit softer. And so potentially the temper might have been a bad roll, or who knows what it was. But, you know, seeing a 23-2 horse win over a 6-1, over an 8-1, should give a lot of people hope and you know, it is more context that this really can be anybody's game. And I think that's what's going to be most attractive to any user at all. You get one win, man, that feels good. You know, that's going to be like that little shot in the arm, or, you know, something that you want to keep feeling over and over again. And really love the dynamics around this. So it's really cool to see some of those things really come to life.
Yeah, 100%. And then in the future, when you're actually paying a little bit of an entry fee, whether it's in Solana or whatever cryptocurrency it is, and then you win some money, that's even more of a rush whenever your horse is winning money for you. Shout out to the Palace in the chat, was asking how much can I pawn a pony for. You can actually buy these horses for free right now. It's in the beta version. So if you just go in here into the marketplace, once you start your account, you'll get some of this currency. You go to the marketplace and look for S tier horses, or just listen to what the commission is talking about. Look for horses that match up to what you're wanting to race in. The Palace says he's writing a paper on horse racing ethics right now, and I do kind of feel like horse racing ethics will be a big issue in the future, and that they might have to switch to digital horse racing when they want to get their Triple Crown winners in the future one day.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just wait till PETA is upset that something happens, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Digital horse racing is the future, no question.
We got a grade 1 here. All right, Mo, take it away.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, major race here on Photo Finish Live. Big bound for glory stakes. 9 furlongs here on the turf, and they're off. Even start across the board here. Beautiful rainy day at the track. And Snap got out to an early lead. And the 9 on the outside now takes the lead, followed by GBT and Friend, Lagunas. and Louis on the inside, followed by RTF 9922 and Jack Skellington. Oh, we got another injury, ladies and gentlemen. 3-horse pulled up out of the race, and everybody else just keeps on going. Lagunas and Louis showing the way, opening quarter in 24 and change as we head around the turn. Jack Skellington about half length off now in third. Another length and a half back to RTF 99, 22, 24, 33, Foles Foal. And La Dolce now making a move on the back stretch. Opening half in 48 and change. Louis and Laguna still duking it out. Who's it going to be? Ground saving trip by Jack Skellington on the inside rail. Another length back to RTF 99, 22. And it's another length back to Ali Diazfull and La Dolce, rounding out the top 6. 3 quarters in the books, minute and 12, as we're starting to get things going here on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Lagunas starts to pull away by 2 lengths, but Jack Skellington has something in the tank. Jack Skellington making a move on the outside. Louis looks to be out of it. Oh, he might get squeezed here, but Lagunas on the inside rail. Who's it gonna be? Lagunas, Louis, Jack Skellington. It's Lagunas on the inside. 5147. Something.
I thought Jack Skellington was going to take that one. It looked like he's about to make the comeback. That was a big grade 1 race too, so a big win for Lagunas there. And GVT, that's my homie Guy Van Tyke. Congratulations.
Huge shout out, by the way, to everybody hanging out, and also for the devs and everything, taking care of it, adding races and stuff. It's really cool. Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you for throwing those in there for us. Absolutely. I try to grab it, try to get into all of those. We got a maiden race coming up. I have got the horse that we named after one of our VV NFTs, Marceline. I think I got that from Dub Dollar, I'm not sure. Palace is signing up right now. Let's go. VV Darkling just picked up 5 horses. Have to figure out breeding and racing. And yeah, racing, if you watch the stream a little bit, you'll get some more idea of how to do it, but it's also quite self-explanatory by looking at the stats as to which conditions certain horses prefer. One thing that has been a little bit confusing for me, Commish, is the firm and the soft distances. A lot of my horses are firm, but if I click on a race that's like 30% chance of rain, it tells me that's a soft race. Is it have a 30% chance of being a soft race and a 70% chance of being a firm race? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so this is another piece that needs to get updated with Beta V2. The team is aware that the way that the user experience is happening, it's not exactly aligned with what's happening in the game. So the percentages are always based on the chance of rain, right? So if you see a 30% chance, it should just be 70% opportunity to be firm and then 30% chance rain. But there has been, like the way in the UI it shows, if it's anything over 10%, it's showing as soft, even though it might not be soft. And so what's interesting is I think there's going to be really, really heavy strategy into betting on weather, right? So for example, let's say there's a race that's 90% chance of rain, right? And there's 10 horses that can sign up. 9 of them are all soft preference horses. And some crazy person's like, you know what? I'm going to gamble that 10% weather hits and it doesn't rain, and I got a firm horse in there. Well, guess what? If it doesn't rain and it does turn firm, you are now the favorite in that race. So certainly it's a high risk, but potentially high reward play. I guarantee there will be a lot of people who love that strategy, because I promise you when it hits, man, that feels good. Right? We've done that a few times. And when you get lucky like that, it's a great, great feeling. So there's a lot of dynamic, a lot of strategy involved here. And so the more and more you play, right, the more nuance you learn, the more tips and tricks where you get to think about things a different way pop up. And then you never know. Hopefully the odds will be in your favor.
Do you have any other good tips for us on breeding in particular?
Yeah, so breeding is interesting, right? So this is certainly just my POV. I'm sure others may disagree or may have an alternate thought process around this. But you know, when you're looking at the sires, right, or the fathers of the potential colts that you're going to breed with, you really want to know how many siblings do they have, all right? And the reason why that's important is because let's just say your horse is in right dirt soft, right? So we call that the RDS. if you have a right dirt soft horse, there's not a lot of those that exist. So if you find a colt that has similar or the same parent as a lot of other horses in there, you're limiting your options to breed the very next round, right? So think about that. You can't breed with you can't have your kid breed with their aunt or their uncle. I mean, you could, but you're going to get dinged on the performance of the horse, right? So you want to find bloodlines that are unique, special, different. But typically, you want to find a horse that has the same type of preferences as the horse that you have, right? So generally speaking, you're going to get roughly what I call the average of the two horses with a twist, all right? So the average of these two horses, right? What are they? If they're both A's, the horse is likely going to come out to be an A. And if the preferences are like 2-3, 2-3, 3-2, you're going to get in a 2.5 range, right? It's typically the average. But then the twist comes in, and this is really where the breeding like algorithm, the breeding nuance comes into play, which is what we don't know yet, is which particular genes or which particular skills actually get carried over to the foal itself. So if you look at like the start, the speed, the finish here, right? Just stay exactly where you are.
Sorry.
Like some of those are A pluses and some of those are S minuses. Well, is the foal going to get the S minus skill or is it going to get the A plus skill? So this is where, again, understanding those bloodlines, getting a feel for what the horses are really good at is going to really set you up for success. And so finding horses in the same preference, like that right dirt soft, is going to keep you on track or keep you at the same pace as everybody else. If you breed off preference, right, you're basically retuning that horse, and so it won't be as strong because you're changing the foundation of that horse. So trying to stay within that same foundation is going to be super key, super critical. And then again, always giving yourself options from a bloodline standpoint is going to be your best bet. One last thing before the next race starts that I want to add too. When you do see a horse that has multiple horses from the same bloodline, right? Like same father, like 10 colts. And like, well, which one should I pick? My recommendation would always be to pick the best one. The reason or the best one that you can afford. Because the best one is going to produce the best results, right? And so if you can't breed with that one again for 5 more generations because you want to avoid inbreeding, well, you don't want the shittiest, the not as greatest within that bloodline for the next 4 generations, right? So spend the premium, go a little, like, you have to go for it, in my opinion, when trying to find the best of the best within the bloodlines itself. You have to go for it. If it's an extra $20, extra $30, you got to go for it. Because if you get a crappier version, right, again, you're just limiting yourself from the upside down the road.
Right, that's the horse that's carrying the genes the best, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Dub Dollar says that he has some S horses, some S tier horses. If anybody needs horses, Palace, Darklink, if any of you guys need horses, we can coordinate getting those listed onto the market. We got a subscriber, Maiden Race here. This is all horses that have never won a race before.
All right, thank you, Paul. To the subscriber Maiden Classic here on Photo Finish Live. 11 furlongs on the dirt. 9 across the board. They're in the gate. Ooh, rough start for the 6. Looks like he recovered. And Fry's Foal got out to an early lead on the inside, followed by Supercaster, Old Town Road, and Dub Dollar. 6 Stoner's Circle, 8 Glimmer, and the 3 the Pegasus Foal's Foal. Round out the top 6 as we head around the turn. Opening quarter in 25 and change. Old Town Rotary leading the way, currently at 13-1. Neck and neck out there with the 8-horse Glimmer, half length back to Adrian's Foal, and number 3, the Pegasus Foal on the inside rail as they head along the backstretch. Not much changing up front. Glimmer still showing the way. Old Town Rotary, the Pegasus Supercaster, Adrian's Foal, Marceline, as they head around the turn, opening half in 50 and change. Glimmer still showing the way. Old Town Rotary now buying his time as we head down the stretch, 3/4, 114. Here we go. Old Town Rotary makes his move. Glimmer does not have enough to keep up today. The Pegasus not firing. Supercaster sitting in the middle of the pack. And I think I might have got my... Yes, we're still going, folks. This is not the end. Pay no mind. The commentator is drunk. Old Town Rotary still going. The Pegasus folds fold, which reminds me, I got to talk to the devs about some. So, Old Town Rotary as we head into the far turn. Still showing the way. Glimmer and the Pegasus still second and third. Here they come, though. Old Town Rotary, not today. There goes Adrian's foal. Glimmer trying to hang on. Praj's foal now also dropping back. Out of a cannon. Adrian's foal and over Glimmer, followed by Fraser's foal, Old Town Rotary, and Supercaster.
Wow, what a comeback.
Shout out to True Stoner. True Stoner's in the chat. That's his horse with the comeback there at the end. Just barely edged out Dub's horse. There it is. Yep, Adrian's foe. That's True Stoner. And then Glimmer was Dub Dollar. Nice races, y'all. Are the retired horses solely for breeding purpose? Yes. Once you retire a horse, you can breed it. You can't breed it until it retires. And I assume that some people will retire their horses early so they can breed them. Is that correct?
Yeah, 1,000%. So you got a lot of economies going on here. The breeding economy is going to be its own beast. Racing economy will be another one. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. What's up? Let's see what's in the chat. BD Hinder says in V2 they are prioritizing finishing every race at the middle of the front stretch like it usually is in real life.
Yeah, we need that.
Does that just mean that there will be more horses that come from behind to win?
Yes, 1,000%. That's been one of the biggest call-outs since day one of Beta V1 is that really the last 2 furlongs. You'll get a lot of movement there. But the devs are 1,000% aware that that's a big opportunity for the visuals.
Yeah. 100%.
Also makes it hard to call because like I'm used to the line, trying to figure out where exactly the line is mid-race, and then the camera changes. It's like, it would also make that aspect a little bit easier. But.
Yeah, even on the home stretch, I saw they have like 200 meters to go, 100 meters to go. So there's going to be, and even some of the names will come off. So it's going to be a lot different from a again, just a UX perspective.
Nice. That sounds great. This one right here coming up is a grade 1 race, and it is a 10 furlong race. So this is another one of these grade 1s with all the best horses in there. You got some horses there that have never raced before. I guess, does it make sense to put a horse that's never raced before into a grade 1? Is it a good gamble, or does that not make sense to you guys?
Depends on the bloodlines, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you smash together Secretariat and Zenyatta, I'm putting that foal in that race all day.
Yeah, if you give me an intermission horse, $250,000 sire fee, chances are I'd be comfortable.
I would think that you would want to race them a few times to figure out their best distances before that.
Yeah, I mean, that's also possible, right? That's the strategy that, the players are going to have to figure out. And just imagine, some of these races will be $1,000 entry fees, $10,000 entry fees. Some of these races are going to be for big money. It's going to be really exciting to watch, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Man, there's some good horses in this race. This RTF horse, all these horses that have just the numbers. I don't know who that guy is. I guess Secretariat.
Mr. B.
He's got some
Mr.
fast
B.
horses. His horse here is undefeated on 3 races. We got Ninjet down here with 7 finishes in the top 2 out of 8 races. I saw a couple more. Grasser Gas has 2 wins and 1/3 out of 3 races. And then the last one I wanted to mention was Elizabeth with 4 wins and 4 seconds in 12 races. So we got some beasts in this race for sure.
Yeah, no, what's great too, again, just real quick before we start the race, if you're watching these and you watch the winners, check out the bloodlines, right? You click on the horse, there's a bloodline tab right there. You go in and check out the family tree, and if you start seeing the same horse and all the winners, you know that horse is a good breeder, right? And that's the blood you definitely want. So again, just another tip and trick there. If you click on the horse, you click on the bloodline tab, you'll certainly get a better feel for which colts you want in your bloodline for sure.
And when you look at those bloodlines, it's interesting. I know you guys have probably already seen it before, but a lot of them lead all the way back to profile pictures. So it's just like a PFP project that you would see on OpenSea, but in this case, Solana. And those profile pictures had the utility of creating horses for this game.
Yes, sir. All right, they're locked and loaded on the track, Volt. 7 putting its undefeated record on the line. They're off. Even start across the board. 1 got out early, Jens Full, followed by 3, And 2 out of stable 27, and there's the undefeated 7 out of In the Weed Stables. Actually, I don't even know if that's the right. I might have got the wrong program here. Never mind. Untitled on the inside. Half length over Elizabeth, followed by Category 1 and Ninjet Alexandra. Opening quarter in 24 and change. Heading around the first turn. Beautiful day here on the track. And Elizabeth at 15-2, showing the way. But Category 1 wants to get involved early today. Yen 1 is just going to hang out on the inside rail. 7-1, 12-6 early on. Half in 49 and change. Yen's full now. Took the lead back on the inside rail. Ninja Alexandra going 3 wide. Category 1 now drop back in third, followed by Rainy Day Riders Full. John Scally's full and Elizabeth battling out. Here comes Elizabeth now, through the middle of the pack, sneaking her way through. Ninja Alexandra in Category 1. Not much going, just neck and neck, kind of buying their time, as Elizabeth sits in third. Rainy Day Riders Full at 10-1, getting on the outside here in 5th place, now in 4th. Mr. J moving up along the outside. And Yen's Rails dropping back here as they getting ready. Opening mile. Ninjet now says, come and get me, but Elizabeth is asking for the challenge. Oh, and that is a sharp turn. 12-2, 7-1.
Nice. Ninjet pulled it off. There was a long shot there. I think they came in third. The Category 1 horse here, yeah, that they were talking about in the chat. What's up, Brian Murphy? Thanks for hanging out with us. I think that was one of the Grade 1 races. So that's Ninja Alexandria from Slipner, maybe, Stables. And I did lose track of time, Commish. Let me know if you need to go. I know you said you only had about 30 minutes. Whenever you want to, whenever you have to go, just let us know. And I will resize Mo up here, and we'll just keep on going.
Excellent. Yeah, let's just go into the bloodlines real quick of that last race and that last winner.
Sure.
Let's check out, some of that additional information that'd be really, really helpful to know if you're a player.
All right, just keep in mind, actually, who was it that won that race?
Just click on the last race and then we can...
Actually, I don't think the results are up yet, but I remember it was Ninja Alexandra. Just keep in mind when you're looking at your YouTube that there'll be a little bit of delay from what you hear us talking. But there we go. We got the bloodlines pulled up now.
Yeah, so click on the actual horse. Yep, there we go. Awesome. There we go. All right, so look at the stud, right? So the stud here, these are the PFPs that you were mentioning earlier. The father on this one is the At the Track stud. So this is one of the 5 best studs that existed of the PFPs. So clearly they have really strong bloodlines. I mean, just look at that horse's performance alone. 47 races, 12 wins, 9 places, 12 shows. That horse can perform, right? So when you think about what kind of blood you want to put in your horse, that's what you're chasing, right? That super elite, bloodline or progeny is exactly what's going to get you guys to that next level. So even if you have a B horse, right? You buy your $200 B horse and you pay the stud fee from Frunk in the Trunk and you get yourself an A+ horse, you're probably going to have a pretty good A+ horse, right? And so then your next horse, you find another horse, right, that has an S rating from some of the best horses, and then you elevate yourself again. So it's really easy to start from the bottom and work your way up only after a few generations. And so again, just understanding the bloodlines, who are producing winners, right? Not just looking at the winners, right? Like anything that's a podium is a winner, right? And that's how we should be talking about this. Is not just did you get a win? No, it's did you place or show? Because those are going to be just as profitable, not just as profitable, but those will be profitable. So it's a great idea to get a good feel for that information. And again, just spending time around that. And what you'll notice here too is, this is a Gen 0 horse, right? So you see that link next to their name. So just click on one of those. Yep. So you see the Gen 0 link up there. That shows that it's one of the foundational horses in the ecosystem. And so a lot of the skills are going to be pretty flat across the board, right? So like A+ across the board, maybe an A- or an S-. But the Gen 0s are pretty much flat. As we get deeper into the generations, you're going to start to see a lot more specialization take place. So for us, right, think about what exactly are you trying to build? Are you trying to build a sprinter? You trying to build a distance or a marathon running horse? And really honing in on those skills. That's what's going to help separate you from the pack, because you don't need a horse that can be good at everything. You just need a horse that can be good at one thing. And if you find your niche, right, you can dominate that niche.
Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that horse was an S tier horse, and they breeded it with an A plus horse. But then you look into the stats of the A plus horse, it was a Generation 0 horse, and it also had A plus all the way across on its stats, which I'm assuming makes it somewhat attractive because it has very steady stats all the way across. I guess that's why they picked that horse to breed with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, you look at the horse that, well, remember, the filly owner makes the decision, right? So you, as the filly owner, pick the stud. So you're always looking for those high performance studs.
Okay, so I guess the person who owned the filly then wanted to breed that horse because it was a Generation 0 and it had steady stats across, and it decided to breed it with the S horse, which is pretty much one of the top horses right now. So that makes sense that they got a race horse out of that was very fast.
Yeah, and that same thing is going to be true at all the levels, right? It's not just going to be the S horses that you have to breed with. There's going to be excellent B pluses, excellent A minuses, excellent A's. And so depending on what tier you want to compete in, you'll find studs that allow you to stay in that same tier, right? Because remember, if you're talking about the best of the best horses, they're probably going to require a big bankroll, right? To continue to breed, probably going to be more expensive. The entry fees will probably be more expensive than some of the smaller races. So just certain things to keep in mind, right? This is trying to be as real as it gets. So if you have a top tier elite thoroughbred, you're going to have to pay some money to keep that thing humming, and so that's just something to keep an eye on.
I don't know.
Good point.
That's why I left Zed Run. If I couldn't have a top tier horse, I didn't want to play. All right, we got another.
That's what I think he's saying, though. I don't really know if you need top tier in this because with the different divisions and again different restrictions and qualifiers. I mean, there will be opportunities for those middle of the pack. The same way in real life, we got Churchill Downs and then we got Louisiana Downs and Delta Downs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You got to have places to run them all, I think. So I'm hopeful.
Yeah, and we're going to have claiming races, right? So if you watch the Kentucky Derby, Rich Strike was a claimer. He was bought for $30,000 and won those guys millions and millions and millions of dollars from a claimer, right? We're going to have that same stuff here. So imagine buying a horse off a claimer, breeding it with a horse, and next thing you know, you popped out the next Secretariat. Like that's what's going to make people come back to us.
Nice.
All right, let's join this race in progress. 6 furlongs on the turf. Pink Caviar out in front, followed by Untitled 2 horse out of Ghost Stables, 11, 8 Dubdala, and 10 Max Boom Eclipse. As they head around the turn, Untitled shows the way about half length over Pink Caviar on the inside. 2 lengths back to Nightcrawler and Helena Valley sitting there on the inside. And a little bit back to Regina and Max Boom Eclipse and everybody else. Opening half in 46 and change. Pink Caviar doesn't look to be slowing down today, but Nightcrawler is setting her sights. And Untitled still on the inside rail. Max Boom Eclipse now looks to be making a mid-race move here. Here we go. This is the short wire. Yes, I knew that one was coming. Pink Caviar, Nightcrawler, Untitled. 111, 710. Get me every time.
Yeah, I kind of thought that Nightcrawler would have better odds because it had really good stats. It had won like 3 of its 4 races. But Pink Caviar with the win there from Stretchmore Stud Stables. And Darklink was asking if I was going to race. I was in that race. I had GBT Explorer 6, which is one of the horses that I have available to give away to anybody who needs a horse. It was sent over by my buddy Guy Van Trike, and I threw him in there just because I wanted to get a couple more races, those subscriber races that they entered for us. But all of my horses are in the races between 8 and 9 o'clock. My best horse is running at 9 o'clock against Dub's best horse. And then some of my better horses, we got John Wayne. I got Chicken Hawk running. Chicken Hawk won at grade 1 last time we were streaming. And then I got this new horse I picked up called Fat Daddy. I mean, his stats are good, but he hasn't been running very well for me yet. So I do got some horses in here still. And we got one more grade 1. I think this might be like the main event of the night, the last grade 1 of the entire day. So I'm assuming there's probably going to be some good horses in here, most likely.
Guys, Community Cup.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fun too when you think about people are gonna know others' horses. It's like gonna be your children, and they represent you and your name and your family. It's really gonna be an interesting dynamic. This will really be one of the first NFTs I think that will really attract a lot of stickiness. More so than just owning a PFP, right? Like this is yours. Like you bred it, you created it, you named it, and now it's performing based on decisions that you made, right? So there's a lot of like intrinsic value here in ownership that's just super unique that you're really not going to find anywhere else. And that's why, again, for me, when I think about the long-term opportunities to play in a game like this and participate in an ecosystem like this, just seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think onboarding is probably their biggest hurdle. I think like most crypto
it will
projects,
always be the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, I think I mean, the ease of use of getting in and not worrying about phantom wallets and Solana and what network am I on and yada yada yada. That's going to be the main hurdle. But I think they can figure that out. I know they got the background with the game already, so that's kind of half the battle.
Yeah, and I know that they don't want this to be a crypto forward game. They want this to really be like a mass adoption game, like that you can get on the App Store, you can download on the desktop, like you can pay on PayPal. Like you don't need to buy tokens to convert in your wallet. Like none of that stuff's going to take place here. So it should be.
But in the real world, there's tons of logistics that roadblock a lot of what they want to do.
Oh,
you know what
totally.
I mean? As
Totally.
soon as
And that's why
money...
the game it's not even live yet, right? I mean, we've been
right.
We've been here for a year. I'm sure there's another 6 months of legalities and hurdles that they're going to have to cross, but pretty confident that the team can get it done.
Hey,
gaming wise, I am super confident. Like I said, it's just that the ease of onboarding for the common folk. You know what I mean? Like my buddies who play horses, but they're a little skeptical on what's Solana. You know what I mean? That type of stuff.
Sure.
They figured that out with PayPal, like you said, man. One-click transaction, bing, bang, boom, like DraftKings does with Rainmakers, or HRO does, right? VB to a certain extent.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. This thing's gonna go through the roof, man. It's really
there's
well
nothing
done.
else like it. There's literally nothing else like this.
Not on the blockchain.
There's like Zed and the other games are arcade horse racing games. Those horses live forever. It is not the same type of game. They're just different, right? I'm not saying one is better than the other. They're just completely different. And I think
night and day.
people,
Night and day.
yeah, and I think people will be more attracted to the real life sim, than an arcade version. Eventually that just gets boring, right? Where this, all of the turnover, the decay of the NFTs, like a lot more attention you have to pay to this. I mean, it's like I hate to say this, but it's like having a Tamagotchi, and you gotta take care of it, you gotta breed it, you gotta watch it, you gotta retire it. Like, it's very much like your own digital pet.
Hey, Commissioner, it seems kind of strange here. I noticed this too, and then somebody mentioned it, F-Dog mentioned it in the chat. It seems like it shows the results already on this race that's about to begin in 1 minute and 23 seconds. It says that Slow Gary won, and LTS is getting second.
Oh yeah, what's up with that?
You think that's a glitch, or do you think those are going to be the actual results?
It's probably a glitch because it's beta.
Sure.
So if this was wagering, I'm getting my bets in ASAP.
Especially on the 23-2.
Yeah.
Chat,
right.
close your eyes. We don't know who wins. Everybody close your eyes.
Yeah. So, they got made. Obviously, that's got to be like super tight and locked and loaded. I'm sure there'll be auditors having to check that. But we get some wagering on this too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And I don't know how much you guys have shared on this, but when they do introduce wagering into the platform, the race purses take a vig off those bets, right? So I'm making numbers up right here, but it's anywhere from like 10 to 15%, I imagine. So you get $100,000 of bets in, which really isn't a lot of money. You take 10 to 15% of that, you're logging at another $10,000-$15,000 just to juice that purse. Can you imagine how many people are going to try to get in that race to win, part of that 15 grand?
Oh yeah.
Like, what are your entry fees going to be? $500? Would you bet $500 to win 7,000 if you got a great horse? 100% you're doing that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a whole different ball game. And then guess what? Wagering goes up, and let's just say you got $1 million on a race of wagering. 100,000. Guess what people are going to want? They're going to be like, holy shit, let me get a horse yesterday. So that's really where the flywheel spins on this whole thing when the wagering goes live.
All right, well, let's head down to Guys Community Cup. Super secret. We have no idea what happens. Race down on the turf. Going 10 furlongs here. Even start. 4983 early on. Wish they would show me the horse names the whole time. And Scupper with the early lead. Aspen's Foal, followed by Sean Dundee and 5 Day Wedding as they head around the first turn. Opening quarter in 24 and change. They head along the back stretch. Still Scupper showing the way. But here comes LTS 9924 on the outside. Followed by Cagliostro and Little Wings Foal at 9-1. A little further back now to Slow Gary's Foal's Foal, who has 0 chance of winning this race. And 5 Day Wedding as we head around the turn. Half is gone in 49 and change. Scupper still showing the way. Little Wings Foal now. And here comes the pack. Little Wings Foal says, nope, not today. And Sean Dundee is going right with him. Slow Gary's Foal's Foals now. Followed by Blaze, LTS 9924, and Spike. 3 quarters in 1:14 and change. Slow Gary now. Sticks his neck out in front over Sean Dundee's foal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we come for. Grade 1. Slow Gary now. LTS coming around the turn. Sean Dundee. Little Wings Foal. Spike even getting into it. But Slow Gary is going to take it home, and we had no idea. Followed by LTS 9924 and Sean Dundee's Foal.
Nice. Congrats to Slow Gary's Foal's Foal. The winner.
You know, this is another great race of where you as a user can capture some data, right? So if you remember, Scupper took the lead, I think, through the first 4 or 5 furlongs, and then it fell off. So when you're watching races and you're watching the performances of your horse, right, understanding their positioning is a great tool to identify what is their distance. So just another thing to keep in mind as you guys are analyzing your horses and trying to figure out what makes the most sense, what type of races. If you don't win, right, there's still things to learn. And so that's really important, is to understand that component.
We take the L and turn it into a lesson.
Yeah, 100%. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to learn the game before we start putting money into it, 100%. So we're going to hang out for another hour. We got a whole lineup of races. They go off every, I think, 3 or 4 minutes, every 4 or 5 minutes. So we're going to be going quick through them. And if you guys have any horses, feel free to enter them if there's still spots. I see a lot of them have spots available, like the Chateau Allowance and the Narrows Allowance. And if you need horses, let us know in the chat, and we'll try to get you some. We can check out the marketplace to see if there's any available that might be worth picking up. When I look at the marketplace, I'm pretty much looking for horses that are just saying S instead of S minus, but now that I'm starting to learn a little bit more about it, that might not be always the best way to go.
All right, guys, I'm going to run, but love the stream. Great job. Mo, you got the voice of an angel. Keep it up, man.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Thanks
Pleasure
for
hanging out with you, Commish. Hope to talk to you soon, bud.
Yeah, and listen, if anybody's listening and they want some horses or just bounce some ideas off me, feel free to shoot me a DM in the Discord. I'm always around, so happy to provide some color. Again, everything's my point of view, not financial advice. But enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Absolutely. Take care, Commish.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Commish. All right, when Commish leaves, I will have to resize Mo up real quick. But like I said, we'll hang out for a few more races. We got a whole hour's worth of races. I went ahead and put all my horses in from 8 to 9 since I couldn't get into any of those grade 1s. But what we should have done, I haven't asked Commish yet, maybe somebody in the chat knows, we need to figure out when we're supposed to start signing up for those races before they fill up, so that we can get some of our best horses into those grade 1 races for next week. All right, guys, the next race is going to be the Firefly Allowance. Shout out to Firefly Odyssey if he or she is still in the chat. It looks like we got a bunch of S minus. We got some S's down here too. Let's see who's racing. We got Straight A's foal from Revere Ranch. We got Hot Cupcakes foal. I own that horse, Hot Cupcake, from True Stoner. We got Joe Majorera. I think I got that from Dub. I didn't name him, but I do like the name because I like that artist. That's my horse. And then we got Orange Flush from Almighty JC. That's my buddy. He's in our Discord server, one of our only homies. We got Bid It Up from Monkey Business. Margarita's Foal from Ghost Stables. I think Ghost Stables is one of the top stables. We got the Influent Core from McWacky Racers. Moria Shadows from Big Brain Stables. 2-minute penalty from E. Curie Flamboyance. And then Big Simpin from my man Dub Dollar. Dub Dollar's in this race too. He's got a pretty good horse. He's probably got the best record. Maybe Moria Shadows. That might be the favorite here. Racing for pink slips? No, we ain't racing for pink slips. However, if we could, I wouldn't be scared. Depending on the race. Firefly is still here for the Firefly allowance. This race is named after you, Firefly. I don't know if you feel special or anything because of it, but it is named after you. Speaking of Firefly, the cat is about to jump off my lap. Go ahead. My kid has his friend over for the weekend, and they've been outside this whole entire time. I can hear them though, so I'm not too worried, but I don't love that they've been outside this whole time and I can't see them. I think we're good. All right, Mo, you ready for this next race? Starts in about 35 seconds. It's going to be an allowance race.
Yes, sir. That was fun, man. Who'd have thought? Week 2, we got a guest.
And I've talked to a couple of the other OGs who are interested in coming on and talking to us, and I've learned a lot from that guest for sure. Commish taught us a lot, and it's kind of changing up my ideas of how I should breed my horses. I definitely need to learn as much as I can before I decide to start putting some money in it. I don't love the idea, though, that I'm not going to be able to afford to have one of the top horses. I'm pretty competitive, man. I need one of the top boys. It's going to be rough.
Well, start with an A plus, flip your way to the top. You flip your way to an S horse. You never know.
I hope to get a good breed. Mo? I'm back. Mo, are you back? Ugh, sorry guys, I got disconnected. I'm gonna have to reconnect.
Around
Mo.
the first turn.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, Mo, I got disconnected.
Opening. Oh, we're good. Hello.
Actually, the race is starting over. Can you see this screen?
I cannot.
Sorry about that.
No, we're good. We're good.
Tell me where you're at. I can fast forward to where you're at.
I don't know if you can. You want to start it over?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Let me just get back.
Sorry about that, guys. I got disconnected. Too much going on.
My bad. I thought something was weird out of the corner of my eye. Sorry. All right, so well, we can't watch it now. It's gonna go right into the live, isn't it?
It's live now. Let's just watch the rest of the live, the end of it.
Okay.
Here we go.
We now take you to this race live in progress. Influent Core over the top over Margarita's Full, and it's Influent Core. Influent Core over Margarita's Full and Moria Shadows make up your trifecta.
There we go. That was a quick one. That's about as quick of a race you're gonna see right there.
We missed the greatest race call of all time, chat. You believe that? Jeez.
I know he was sitting there calling it the whole time. I'm sorry, I get disconnected sometimes
Crazy.
even when I'm streaming the live drops. I think it's just like too much juice going at once. Oops, my bad. All right, we're back, y'all. Yeah, it was electric. That was an electric finish, too. All right, we got 3 minutes before the next race. The Monon restricted races, 10 furlongs, so it's somewhat of a distance race. We got the Sage 4328 from Dane K. I don't know if Dane K's in the chat, but I know that he's one of our homies. We got the Stoner Circle. True Stoner's got his horse, CM's Foe's Foe. Master Spy is my horse. It's the first horse I ever bought on the game. And he's been doing pretty well for me, not bad. I mean, he's 11 finishes out of 24 races. Moonlight Mist from Almighty JC, a A+ horse. We got Denise from GVT. We got Jack B. Nimble from Meadowbrook Stud. That's a cool name. Grapes Foe from Ghost Stables. 4-Layer Lasagna. Y'all trying to make me hungry from E. Curie Flamboyance. Rolling with My Homies. I like that one from SoCal Stables. Dub Dollars in the house with Two Tone. And then the Palace got into this one. Let's go, Palace, with 85. That's a cool sounding horse, and it's got a pretty good record, too. Two Tone's got a great record, too. Dub Dollar's horse, two races, 1 first and 1 second. So he might be my favorite to win this race. Darklink was able to get into a few.
100% showing. Look at that.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that?
Two-Tone, 100% showing. Got a win and a place under his belt. 2 races. Impressive.
Yeah, I don't have many horses with that. But my new horse, Eka Mouse, I picked it up and I'd only raced 1 time when my buddy Soulmate Stable sent him to me. And I've raced it twice since, and he's won both of those races. And then Soulmate sent me another horse. My 2 best horses now, they're both S+s. And the second horse that they sent to me is a female horse, but it's already retired. So they gave me a horse that I could breed with. So I definitely bred that horse once already. It just seems like it takes a long time before you get to finally race those baby horses. They take a long time to grow up.
They sure do grow up fast, don't they, Volt?
Actually, they do. Time goes by quick, man. Dub Dollar says Two Tone, his horse has an A finish, though. I've been racing him in short races. Probably going to run out of gas. This is 10 furlongs. Yep. That's not looking good for Two Tone. I like to hear it, though, because that's the one I was scared of. This 85 horse is looking pretty strong, too. Jack B. Nimble is looking pretty strong. And I don't know about Master Spy, not one of my top horses. I'll let you know when my top horses get in the races. I expect to win a few tonight. It'd be really fun when we're actually putting some money on it. I wanted to ask Kamish, I didn't get around to it, if we're actually betting in the future, if you're betting crypto, if you're betting like Solana, or if you're betting like money, or if you're betting these Derby tokens, and the Derby tokens have monetary value. I don't exactly know what it is that you'll be betting in the future when you're entering into races and when you're betting on races.
I mean, I'm speculating, but I'm going to say crypto of some sort or Derby token. If it's fiat, they're going to have a whole nother litigation set of nightmares on their hands, I think, if they win fiat. But
I know in Zed Run, you used to have to enter the races with wrapped ETH, and you won wrapped ETH if you won the race.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, 15 seconds till the next race. The Monon Restricted Stakes. I'm going to let Mo just take it from here. Good luck, y'all.
All right. Welcome to the the Monon Restricted Stakes. Couple big entries in today's field. We're going 10 furlongs on the turf here on Photo Finish Live. They're in the gate. And they're off. Ooh, awkward start for the 2. And Jack Be Nimble out to an early start, followed by Master Spy, rolling with the homies, and GBT Family Racing. As we get started here today, about 7 or 8 across the track here early on. Master Spy showing the way, half length over Denise, and a quarter length back to Rolling with My Homies on the outside, followed by Two-Tone. 100% place showing here on this track. And Denise still showing the way. Half the race in 25 and change. Same order. They run along the back stretch. Denise on the inside, Two-Tone on the outside. Siam's Foals with 19-2 on the inside. Rolling with My Homie still sitting in 4th. Half length back to Master Spy and Grapes Foals. As they head into the second turn here, it's still Two-Tone at 12-1, sticking his neck out. Siam's Foals, buying his time with his ground-saving trip. Denise sitting in 3rd, Master Spy, followed by Rolling with My Homies and Moonlight Miss Foal. 3 quarters in 1 and 14. Here we go. Denise still showing the way, but not by much. Siam's Foal, Master Spy, Two-Tone. Rolling with the homies. They didn't get me that time. I knew it was not the end of the race. As they head into the far turn, they're shaking them up. Denise, Siam's Foal, dying off on the inside, but here comes Moonlight Misfold now with a late bid. Rolling with the homies as well, flying from the back, but who is gonna be a challenge here for the front runners? Denise and Siam's Foal. It's Denise. High half a length. 5, 2, 4, 3. That's your superfecta.
There we go. Master Spy was in there most of the race, but he kind of faded at the end. Like I said, not one of my best races. Shout out to Denise with the win. Let me see whose horse that was. Denise from GBT Family Racing, my man Guy. And we got some information in the chat. Shout out to BD Hinders. Next race starts in 1 minute 23 seconds, but he says that it's the Derby that you have to use to race, and that's what you win. So it's not, I don't know if it's considered a cryptocurrency, but Crown is another token earned by the PFPs that you can stake and earn to own tracks. Wow, and take a cut of the wagers. Amazing. Time to eat. All right, Firefly Odyssey, thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you at tomorrow's drop. True Soda says second place, not bad. Oh, I didn't notice that you got second on that one. Good stuff. All right, this one is the Hudson River Allowance. I got my horse, Catch Me If You Can. Not one of my greatest horses, but he's in there. We got Dare to Dream from Meadowbrook. We got So What from Mick Wacky. Buena Vista from GVT. Program Youth from Drop Stable. Anastasia's Ilk Tiger. That's a tough one. From Light Hard Thunder. Cam the Fishing Man from Ghost Stables. We got Clown Bojo from Dane K. Papa Legba, Really True Stoner. And Mystical Wizard from Big Z Elite Racers. BD Hinder says Derby will be a crypto but still unreleased. Oh, interesting. So you could actually get into the, was it the ICO, the early release of that crypto? And if this is a popular platform in the future, then that cryptocurrency would be worth some money, for sure. All All right, I'm gonna have to keep it on this page until it gets to 0 and it actually starts playing. Because if I do it too soon, then it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't load up for me. I'm getting used to it. The controls. Here we go, guys. Good luck on this race.
We're working out the kinks here, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your patience.
See, it didn't pop up for me. That happens sometimes. All right, here we go. I'm in there now.
All right. Hudson River allowance on the dirt. 5 furlongs there in the gate. Away they go. Awkward start for pretty much everybody, but somebody's got to be out in the front. It's Cam the Fishing Man. Out to another lead, followed by Papa Lake by a Stoner Circle, followed by the 1 out of Big Z Elite Racers, which is Mystical Wizard, and Anastasia's IIK Tyus Full at 7-1. Opening quarter in 22 and change. As they head around the turn, 3's getting pulled up out of the race. You hate to see it, but Papa Legba doesn't skip Legba, and he is on his way, followed by Anastasia. Mystical Wizard trying to make a move. And on the outside, here comes Dare to Dream at 15-2. He is not out of it yet, but Papa Legba is holding his own. Papa Legba at 13-2, followed by Anastasia, Mystical Wizard, and Dare to Dream. Cam the Fishing Man with a respectable showing, and so what?
Shout out to True Stoner. That's True Stoner's horse with a big win on a sprint. Won it by like 2 lengths. That's good stuff. Where's my horse? Is my horse the one that got injured? Catch me if you can. I got dead last. Ouch. All right. Yeah. That's okay. Not one of my best horses. Shout out to Papa Legball. He says he sniped that on the market, so he can't change the name. I got several horses like that. It happens. All right. Next race goes
He doesn't
in...
skip Legba, that's for sure.
I mean, like skip leg day?
Yeah.
Dub says Papa Legball is a straight demon. 3 SS minus. Ooh, I didn't know I had 3 SS minus in its rankings. Good pickup. Yeah, I picked up a horse with 1 SS minus in its ranking, and I paid a lot for it just because I would have one in my stable. BD Hinder says current horse tickets are all on Solana and can be purchased on Magic Eden. There we go. Yeah, shout out to True Stoner with first place again. He's having a big night. Next one is going to be a restricted stakes, the Kern restricted stakes, 9 furlongs. We got AWA from Drop Stable with an awesome record. We got Golden Ghost from GVT. We got El Gordo from True Stoner. Wow, this horse has 3 starts and 2 wins. This is going to be a big horse. We got Black Adder, that's my horse. 1 win, 1/3 and 5 starts. Turco from Almighty JC. We got Ramen from Ghost Stables. Might be the only S plus in the race. Mordecai Sabbath. That's got a good record too. From Big Brain Stables. We got Nolaval Skusha from Meadowbrook Stud. 2 races, 1 win. Steady Lady from Mick Wacky. Dragonheart from Ikuri Flamboyance. Pepe de la Baguette. It's full. From the Stables. There's another S plus in this one. Let's check these ratings. S Speed, SS minus on the start. So this one will be interesting. He's got 8 finishes in the money out of 13 starts. And then you got Nitrous rounding out the field with the S rating. Good luck, everybody.
Real quick,
let me know, Darkling, what your stable name is, so in case we see you pop up in the races.
Got some breaking news here, Vault, out of the stable. Apparently, True Stone is under investigation for juicing. Photos surfaced of him and Bob Baffert having lunch together, and stay tuned.
It can't be true. It can't be true because Joe Biden just made an executive order, so True Stoner, that's legal now. BD Hinder says they will be Gen O for games, so if you want to hit ground running in V2 reset, you'll need 1 or wait until more horses are bred. I mean, I looked at some of the prices on those horses. Man, they're expensive. Darklink's on the Darklink stable. That makes sense. That checks out. I mean, I'd like to get one of those nice horses. I'd like to get one of the PFP horses, of course. But, man, they're like 600 minimum. I don't know. What do you think? What are the prices, Mo? Do you know?
The PFP horses, are those the same as the ticket ones? No, they're not.
I don't think they're the same. No, I think see, I don't exactly know. I'm still learning exactly how it works. So I think the PFP horses make the ticket horses.
Well, that's what I originally thought, but I could never find the PFPs. I assumed there was just not that many of them.
Toad said he's the Sammy Sosa of horses. Got the corked bat. This Black Adder horse is one of my fillies. I actually picked this one off the market. A+ start and A+ speed is not that great, but I like the fact that he had 3 stars on the left, 2 stars on dirt. might be worth breeding. You need to get those fillies, like Kamish was saying. It's important to have female horses so you can breed horses that you get to keep. If you got the male horse, then you don't get to keep the foal, unless they're both yours. All right, y'all. Good luck on this race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the current restricted stakes odds here on Photo Finish Live. Full field in the gate, locked and loaded, and they're off. Even start across the board, going 9 furlongs on the dirt. Pepe de la Baguette out to an early lead, followed by Ramen at a Go Stables. And another half length back to the outside, and Nitrous at 6-1, followed by Turco. Half length back to Steady Lady on the outside, and Awa. And there's everybody else early on. Opening quarter in 24 and change as they head around the turn. Not much early on. Pepe de la Baguette and Nitrous neck and neck. Ramen trying to hold steady ground here on the inside rail. Awa with a ground-saving trip in fourth, followed by Steady Lady at 35-2, trying to blow up the boards. Back to the front, half in 48 and change. Nitrous still out to the lead. Went now back to Pepe de la Baguette. Then it's Ramen on the inside. Awa sticking the neck up for fourth, and Golden Ghost and Steady Lady. Opening 3 quarters in 1 12. Pepe de la Baguette doesn't seem to want to give up this lead, but Nitrous is still fighting on, as well as Ramen. Heading into the turn. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the end? I think it is. Sometimes this game gets me. I thought that was the finish line, but here we go. Pepe de la Baguette, Nitrous on the outside. Pepe de la Baguette, and he holds them off at 15-2. Nitrous, Ramen, and Mordecai Sabbath.
Nice. Congratulations to Pepe de la Baguette. My horse
They almost got me again with that finish line, man. Damn.
I know. I always look at those lines whenever you're looking at the map or whatever, but never really matches up perfectly. My horse is second to last again. My horses have not been showing off very well, but these are not my best horses yet. Be patient. We got some good horses racing in a little bit. This is not one of my best horses either, but a decent horse. This is one I still have available to give away if anybody wants it. GVT Explorer X from the Guy Van Trijk's stable, and it's got a pretty good record here, so we're going to run him next on the Appalachian Allowance. 4 furlongs. This is going to be a super fast race. We got Casey at the bat with an A+ here from Groove Summer. Dane K's horse, Naturals Connie. Here's my horse, GBT Explorer 10, or X. Down to Shore from True Stoner, one of the only S's in the race. We got Marbles from McWacky, Kloppo from Lamb Racing, Azerbaijan from Dubdala, Captain Jack from Karmalishi's Racing, Texas Nightshade from The Palace. The Palace, I don't know about these A horses, man. I get rid of my A horses. And then we got Juice from Darklink. We got Darklink in the chat. Darklink's might be Darklink's first race. I don't know. That's my favorite. Let's see Juice win this one. Pretty decent record. 10 finishes out of 20 races. What's up, Don Yon in the house? Says, I want a horse. All the horses are free right now, and if you want a nice horse, we can help you get one. You just have to create an account at beta.photofinish.live. The link is in the description. Sign up for a stable, name your stable, and you'll get a bunch of this Derby currency. It's all free right now since it's in beta. You'll go to the marketplace to find horses. Try to find some S-tier horses, and if you want us to send you over some horses, let us know, and we'll do that. We'll hook you up. Dark Lake says first race, and it's in the rain. All these races are in the rain tonight. It seems like it's raining everywhere. I guess it's just one track, so that makes sense. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, Dark Lake, on your FA first race.
Ladies and gentlemen, Appalachian Stakes here on Photo Finish Live. We are racing in the rain. 10 in the box. Locked and loaded. And they're off. Ooh, awkward start there for the 5. Seemed to recover. Captain Jack out to an early lead. Half length back to Marbles now on the inside, followed by Azerbaijan out of the notorious dubbed Dala stable. As they head around the turn, Captain Jack shows the way. Half length back now to Marbles, and that's Juice on the outside, trying to give it to him early. Poor horse down the shore, 7-1, currently sitting on the inside there. GVT Explorer X, half length back from him, followed by Naturals Connie and Azerbaijan. You guys are really testing me today. That's the end of the race. It's 4 furlongs. The announcer fell asleep. 6-8-4-3 is your results.
At least I was on the board that time in 4th place. Not really on the board, but at least I could see my horse's name that time. Shout out to Marbles from McWacky with the win. True Stoner got 3rd place. Let's see, man, Darklink, your horse was doing pretty good at the start there, but I don't know what happened. Just faded away at the end. That happens from time to time. All right, the next one is going to be with my new horse, Fat Daddy. Just sniped this one off the market. Looks like it's only got 2 races, but it's got some pretty good stats with the S+ finish. And let's see who else is there. This is going to be an 8 furlong race. We got No Inspiration 2 by True Stoner. We got Jorge from Dub Dalla. All the Omi homies are in this one. Darklink's in this one with Great Expectations. That's a cool name. Revere Ranch has Madeline Finn Eclipse. And McWacky Racers has Unimoose. Now, sometimes Mo, and I don't know if you can see my screen or not. Sometimes, Mo, in the pictures, when it shows the horses, it shows the horses like this. Does that mean it's pregnant, or what does that mean?
Yes, I believe that's a pregnant horse, right? And like it's in red too, the female.
Well, you can't race a pregnant horse because a horse has to be retired to get pregnant.
Oh wait, no, I thought I saw on Discord one day that was like a visual bug somebody had said. Because I was in like a race one day, I think like they were all like that. And people, what the hell is this? I could be wrong though. Maybe it's supposed to be the pregnant, but sometimes it shows up as a visual bug to whatever. But
the only difference I noticed from this horse and the rest is that it's a mare and that it's age 8, maybe at age 8. I don't know, or maybe it's just a visual bug. Oh, BD Hinders has the answer as always. It's a bug. They thought they fixed them all. Okay, so I guess that just happens once in a while. Nice, that's cool. All right, so let's check some of these records. Great Expectations has 1/3 in 2 races. Madeline Finn Eclipse is an A+, but one of the best records in the race with 1 win and 1 second out of 5 races. Unimoose is the elder of the race with 25 races and 12 in the money. That's not bad at all, over 50%. Jorge, first race ever from Jorge. Let's check out Jorge real quick. Oh, I guess we can't look at it. We can look at the bloodlines. Coming from this Caruso's foe that only raced once, and this other Mr. BRG that only raced twice. So this is like a complete unknown horse here. Jorge could be a beast or he could be a failure. We're about to find out. And then Stoner Circle has No Inspiration 2. Look at these stats. The stats are delicious. All S or higher. Wow. But no stars in this area right here. So I guess that means that horse is just really versatile. You don't necessarily have to run it on left turf. You could probably run it on right dirt and it would do almost as well since these preferences are really low. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. Dennis O'Connor says, been busy over the last little bit. Haven't been able to catch many streams lately. I think I may have to get me some horses. Absolutely, Dennis O'Connor. If you like horse racing or if you like NFTs, you definitely want to get into this project. It's on the Solana blockchain and it's still in beta version right now. So all the horses that I'm racing with are all free. It looks like my horse is the favorite at 3-1. I like to see that. Yeah, 3.5 to 1, 5 to 1, 5 to 1. So the favorite's Fat Daddy. Second favorite is No Inspiration 2. Followed by Unimoose and Madeline. So Jorge is actually the long shot in this race. I guess he's a bust then. We'll find out though. Dub says make or break moment for Jorge. We got to get some good genes rolling. I mean, they didn't give him good odds, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, this game is very awesome. It's got great graphics. The people who designed this game are from the same team that designed Tiger Woods, EA Sports. It was EA Sports team. Tiger Woods, NASCAR, and maybe Madden. I think it was Madden. All right, 15 seconds. Here we go, guys. Good luck, everybody. We're going to send it over to the great cause of Mr. Mo Knowz.
Thank you, Vault. Pleasure as always. What is up, chat? Hope you guys are having a good time. This is the Sky Tower Stakes Odds. We're going 8 furlongs here on the turf. The major race here on Photo Finish Live. 6 in the gate. All lined up. And they're off. Even start across the board. No Inspiration got the better of it though. No surprise there. Followed by Jorge and Revere Ranch. Half length back now to McWacky Racers there on the inside. Just passed now by the 5, Madeline Finn Eclipse, moving up to 3rd. Half length back to Fat Daddy. We don't judge. Half length back to the inside on Unimoose at 5-1, and bringing up the rear is Great Expectations. As they move along the backstretch, opening quarter in 24 and change. Slight drizzle on the track, but no inspiration. Gives no F's about it as he keeps on moving. And Madeline Feneclips, nose and nose. Half length back now to Jorge, not to be confused with George. And Fat Daddy at 3-1. As they head into the turn, opening half has gone in 48 and change. No inspiration now, seems to be pulling away, but Madeline says not yet. And Fat Daddy also looking to be making a move here as he sits on the rail. Nobody else is coming. This is a 2-horse race as they're coming down. No inspiration over Madeline Feneclips on the outside. No inspiration. No inspiration, and it looks like it's gonna be no inspiration. Holding off Madeline Feneclips and Fat Daddy. Jorge rounds out your superfecta here at the Sky Tower Stakes. Back to you, Volt.
I mean, it might be George. I could be wrong on the Jorge. It might be George. I don't know. Fat Daddy let me down that time. I guess third place is in the money. Shout out to Great Expectations bringing up the rear. But True Stoner wins again. True Stoner having a night. He's won several races now, and he wins another one. All right, now this is one of my best horses. I paid $100K Derby for this horse. I hope it pays off for me. It's got the SS minus on the speed with the S plus start and the S finish. So I'm feeling pretty confident. This is going to be a 12 furlong, so we're going the full distance. Another win for True Stoner. Let's go. BD Hinder says no inspiration outclassed us even without preference. That's true, because that wasn't even his preferred track. Don't worry about it, Dark Link. You have to. It's your first day. You know, I was really bad at the beginning too. You got to get some people. You got to sweet talk some people in their Discord server. I found is a good method, a good technique to get horses. Be like, right. I'm new. I need some horses. Hook me up, please.
True Stoner not doing themselves any favors there in the juicing scandal. Allegations will be running rampant after that one. Yet another win. Amazing.
I know, right? It's getting kind of obvious at this point. All right, let's check out the horses in this race. We got Karma from La Playa Farms. We got Wave Rider from Groove Summer. So that's 11-2. Wave Rider's the long shot at 20-1. Radamanthus from Dane K, 7-1. Private Reserve from True Stoner. True Stoner's in the house with another good horse. He's got a whole stable full of good horses. I'm So Hairy. I don't know about that name. From Monkey Business. The Vault, that's me. Will Be Famous is my horse. I'm expecting big things from Will Be Famous. We got a horse from GVT Farms, New Dimension, with an amazing record, 6 top 2 finishes in 17 races. Then we got Widerstreck Diploma from Almighty JC, another great record on that one. Barrel Rolo from SoCal Stables. Man, there's some good horses in here. And Fly Rod's Foal from Gauchos. So I was hoping my horse would have a chance, but man, looking at some of the competition, let's see what these odds are looking like. I'm at 8-1. We got the favorite, I think, is going to be New Dimension, the only S plus in the race, at 6-1. So I'm not too far off here. We got a 7-1 with Radamanthus. And what's 11-2? That's like 5.5-1. Is that the favorite? I think actually Karma might be the favorite. Dennis O'Connor saying, who's doing the play call? Ed, so much. Hats off to you. Yeah, no, Monos is the man. He is the star of the show. He's a great race caller. He actually did some race calling for Zed Run, I think on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mo?
Yeah, I mainly did Twitch. I'm start moving to YouTube though, so might catch me over here from time to time. YouTube's where it's at. It's where the DJs hang out, so I'm told. Dub says, I got Widerstreck Diploma. I thought that's Almighty JC. That's my buddy, I can't remember his name right now, but he's in our Discord server. That's one of our Omi homies who has that horse. I'll try to find it real quick. Jacob Cook, that's who it is. Almighty JC is Jacob Cook. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh, that's your bet. That's who he's betting on. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Tory allowance odds here on Photo Finish Live. They're going 12 furlongs on the dirt, 10 in the gate, and they're off. Awkward start there for the 4. Everybody else, good start. Will Be Famous got the better of it. And here we go at 8-1. Half length back now to the 9 out of SoCal Stables, followed by Fly Rod's Foal and Widerstreck Diploma and Radamanthus, followed by I'm So Harry as they head into the turn, opening quarter in 25 and change. Barrel Rollo now jumps out to a 2-length lead over Flyrod's Foal as they make themselves comfortable, because we're not getting me this time. They're going around again, ladies and gentlemen. Barrel Rollo, take a picture the first time. Flyrod's Foal, half-length back to Radamanthus on the inside. I'm So Harry, New Dimension, and Wave Rider. Opening half in 50 seconds and change. As they line up around the second turn here, it's still Barrel Rollo out with nobody knocking. Over Flyrod's Foal on the outside of Radamanthus, sitting at 7-1 on the rail. Half-length back now to Wave Rider. Private Reserve at 15-2 now, looking to make some room. New Dimension back there at 6-1. But Barrel Rollo still on the move, 3/4 in 1:15. Radamanthus 2 lengths back. 3 back now to Flyrod's Foal. New Dimension trying to hang on 4 wide on the track. Followed by I'm So Harry. 1 mile in 1 minute and 40 seconds. These horses must be exhausted, because I know I am, as they head into the turn. Barrel Rollo, Barrel Rollo, Barrel Rollo. 2 lengths back to Radamanthus at 7-1. I'm So Harry now. Might be looking I'm So Tired, as Will Be Famous now passes him on the inside. Private Rescue at 15-2, looking to get involved here, but it might just be the end of it, folks, as Barrel Rollo might win this one backwards. Put the baby to bed. It's Barrel Rollo at 8-1 over Radamanthus and Will Be Famous. It looks like Karma sneaks in there for 4.
Man, that horse, nobody was catching it. The whole entire race, I guess, from beginning to end, I think that horse was in the lead. SoCal Stables. Dane K's horse got second, though, and my Will Be Famous was able to get at least third, so that's not too bad. We beat out that S+ horse. So I'm not too upset about that. We beat True Stoner, so he got 6th place. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oops. Let's see what the next race is. We got a race starting in less than a minute, the Bush Stakes, and it's got everybody's favorite, the Chicken Hawk, going against Jet Fuel from Stoner Circle. We got Jared from Dane K. We got 39 seconds, Pink Milk from McWacky, Aspirata from Max Polka, Green Light Go from Meadowbrook, As Cool as a Crow from GVT, Necessary Roughness from my man Dub Dalla, Blackfoot Mysteries in there, and Dup's Foes Foe from the Stables. Way better when you hear the names being called. Yeah, absolutely. And they're gonna add sound to the game, but I kind of don't want them to. Can we mute that sound? I just want to listen to Mo call the races. I don't need any sound. Maybe a little bit in the background.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I plan on winning this one, but I'm not the favorite, so I could be wrong. Good luck, everybody, in this race.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bush Stakes odds here on Photo Finish Live. It's a major race. Full field of 10 here on the turf. 7 furlongs, and they're off. Even start across. Blackfoot Mystery got the better of it, followed by local fan favorite Chicken Hawk coming off a win. Number 8, Dub Dalla on the inside, followed by GVT and Dup's Foals, and Jet Fuel ran out the top 6. They head around the first turn, opening quarter in 24 and change. Chicken Hawk shows the way. As Cool as a Crow now, half length back in second. Necessary Roughness certain in third at 8-1. Blackfoot Mystery making a little game out of it today at 13-1, followed by Jet Fuel 10-1. Ground Saving Rail Trip, and Aspirata sitting back there as well. Opening half in 47 seconds. Chicken Hawk now. Anybody want to play with the chicken? I don't know, but here comes a crow. And Necessary Roughness getting involved early. Blackfoot Mystery seems to be falling out of it. Uh-oh, looks like he might have taken a bad step. He's hurt. You hate to see it. But Chicken Hawk and the crow, the chicken and the crow, the chicken and the crow. Nobody else is coming on the outside. It might be the crow. It's chicken, it's a crow at 6-1 over Chicken Hawk. And Necessary Roughness at 8-1.
Man, the
What a
crow
race.
chased me down. I thought I had it. I was already celebrating. I celebrated way too early. Shout out to Darkling for the super chat. Thank you, BB Darkling. I appreciate that. It was GVT, my homie Guy Van Tyke, just edged me out by a nose. Chicken Hawk was mine, and then Dub Dollar got third on that one. And then Jet Fuel, I think, was True Stoners. Am I still muted? No, I guess you can hear me. BD Hinder says we just need to hear the burglar. Oh no, the bugler. The bugler. That's what it is.
I can play the bugle, actually. I can bust that out. if you
Do
want.
it. Go for it. We could have that as a sound clip. I could just put it on a hotkey, push a button, and it'll make that sound right when the race begins.
You weren't supposed to call me out on that, VV Vault, alright? Listen, I don't actually have a bugle nearby.
You
all right?
said that you could bugle, so you got to come prepared if you're going to make those
mean-
claims.
I have bugled in the past.
You've been known to bugle from time to
I
time.
have been known to bugle from time to time.
We got another distance race coming up. The Chateau Allowance, 11 furlongs. Not the full 12, but it's going to be a long race. Dane K's in here again. He's got Dun Roaming's foes. That's too many foes. Dun Roaming's foes. This is Dun Roaming's great-grandchild. And this is my horse, Cassius Connectus. I got this from Guy Van Tyke. We were just talking, me and him were talking about this horse recently. Its stats are not very good, but it's been finishing pretty well for me. Not bad at all. You coming back up to hang out some more? We got Ace from True Stoner. We got Donatello from Almighty JC. That's Jacob Cook's horse. We got Teflon from Mick Wacky Racers. Unruly from Dub Dalla. Distables has Dup Dup's Foes Foe. It's fun to say. Scarlet has Darklink. We got Darklink in the chat with the A+ horse. Ouch. And then we got Max Boom's MD from Revere Ranch. And Guacho's horse is named Rock Fruit today. 4 wins and 7 starts. Darklink, you need to get some better horses. I can hook you up. If you're ready, just let me know and I'll throw some on the market for you to snipe. You need some S's, at least some S minuses. I don't even race them unless they're S minus minimum. I just shoot the rest. Do you want to get up here on my lap or not? Don't meow at me. Sorry, the cat's tripping. We are building our way up to the 9 o'clock race where it's going to be a showdown from Dub Dollars Triple Dub versus my best horse, Ika Mouse. I told you I was going to name a horse Ika Mouse. That's my favorite name for a horse because it's like the horse is running and then it sees a mouse on the track and then it takes off and wins the race. Is the whole idea behind that.
I do like that.
Yeah, I'm always coming up with good names. I'm going to be using a lot of the names that I used in this old horse racing game. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. Let me know in the chat. It's called Stable King. I played it a lot. I mean, we're talking, I don't even want to say how many years ago. I don't want to age myself, but back in the day, it was like an internet text-based game. They had a little bit of graphics, really ghetto graphics, but it was a lot of a numbers game. It was a big breeding game. And like this game, they had like the unicorn breeding where every once in a while you get one that stats would just go crazy and you could I mean, it was fun. I was pretty good at that game, and I always remembered a lot of my championship horses and their names, and I plan on reusing those names in this game. BD Hinder says Scarlet might surprise us all here. Uh-oh, that's Darkling's horse. Apparently might have some good stats for this race. All right, good luck, y'all.
Thank you, VV Vault. Looks like they're locked and loaded here. By the way, chat, if you haven't already, hit that like button. Every like helps. Brings us back another week. 10 in the gate here, 11 furlongs on the turf, and they're off. Awkward start for quite a few. But Rockfruit out to the front, 6-1. Halfland back now to Unruly and the Vault. 11 furlongs here on the firm turf today. Say that 3 times fast. The Chateau Allowance. And the early going, it's still Rockfruit leading the way. Unruly on the inside rail, followed by Cassius Connectus, 10-1. Dun Roaming's Foals, and Max Boom's MD. The opening quarter in 24 and change. Not much doing up front. Rockfruit and Unruly showing the way. Dun Roaming with a ground-saving trip. On the inside rail, Max Boom going 5 or 6 wide now. Settling into 4th place. There's Ace on the inside, along with Scarlet at 15-1, and 3 other horses that we don't know who they are. As we head along the back stretch and into the turn, Unruly, Rockfruit, and Dun Roaming, same order up front. Scarlet now, followed by Max Boom's MD. 2 lengths to Ace. as we get ready now in this 11 furlong event. This is normally when you want to go get a drink, get some popcorn. And we'll see you back here in a minute, but things are actually heating up as Done Roaming now. Trying to make a move on Unruly, but Unruly fends him off. It holds tight on the rail. Rockfruit with a 2-lead separation now over Unruly. Fighting alongside him is Done Roaming and Scarlet. Long shot at 15-1. Mile and a quarter, 2:03. As they get off the turn, here comes the money shot. Rockfruit, 6-1, nobody challenging, and it's going to be Rockfruit, followed by Unruly, Done Roaming, and Scarlet, rounding out your superfecta.
Shout out to Darklink with a nice finish in 4th place. I think Darklink might have went and checked to see what the finish was before watching the race. That takes away all the fun of it. The whole fun is watching the race. Maybe not. Everybody's different. Rockfruit is the winner from Gaucho, and then shout out to Dubdala with his 2nd place finish there. Excuse me. We got another race coming up in 1 minute. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more races. We got John Wayne, one of my best horses. We got San Qua, another one of my best horses, and then Inca Mouse, my number 1 horse. And this is a grade 2 race starting in less than a minute, so it's one of those big races. 6 furlongs. It's going to be a quick one. We got Whiffy Moss from Poverty Ranch. We saw them winning some races earlier. Ding Dong Doo's got 4 wins and 6 starts. Cinema from Dane K. We got Golden Vein from Ghost Stables. Batter Up from Wolof. Kobe and Shaq, that's a cool name, from SoCal. Here's my John Wayne. He's got, let's see, 13 finishes in the money out of 19 starts. That ain't bad. Stomp from True Stoner. We got Stewie from Dubdala. And Precocious. That's a tough one for me. Precocious is his foe. No, I still didn't. Precocious. I can't do it. Sorry. Good luck on that one, Mo.
You know, at real horse racing, they study the forms the night before. They make markings. I get 30 seconds to check out these names and be like, all right, here we go.
And they're user-created names from people on the internet, so you know they're even worse.
Yeah, and they will start to troll me as time goes on, I'm sure. So,
all right, good luck, y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, major race here on Photo Finish Live. Chili Pepper Great Stakes, 6 furlongs on the dirt, slight drizzle, and they're off. Pretty even start up front. Looks like Batter Up got the best of it, followed by Kobe and Shaq, R.I.P. Followed by the 9 horse at a Dubdala Farms. And another half length back now to, it looks like the 6 got pinched there early on, drops back to the back of the pack. But Batter Up, Stewie, and Stomp are your top 3. Opening quarter in 23 and change. As they head along the backstretch, it's still Batter Up, followed by Stewie on the outside and Stomp in the middle. Precocious's foal. That one's for you, Vault, there in the middle of the pack, followed by John Wayne, Ding Dong Doo, and everybody else. Halftime gone now in 46 and change, as Batter Up still leads the way, but the margin is closing. Here comes Stewie on the outside. They're shaking him and baking him. It's Stewie. It's Batter Up on the inside. Batter Up's gonna hold him off. Stewie, followed by Stomp and Precocious's foal.
Nice. That was a good finish. And 2 horses that weren't necessarily the favorites, I don't believe, in that race. My horse came in 4th, I think. Yeah, nope. 5th over here. Precocious's. Nope, still can't do it. 4th place. Stomp 3rd. 2nd for Stewie. And 1st for Batter Up. We got a few more races. We got this San Qua Non. I can't remember who I bought it from, but I got this one off the market, and it's been racing pretty well for me. It's going to be an allowance race, 10 furlongs, somewhat long race. We got the Sandman. True Stoner's got another S-rated horse. Look at these stats. Some good stats with that horse, too. Not very good record, though, surprisingly. ATF from Dane K. We got Lady on the Tracks from Monkey Business. Yeah, good luck with that one, Mo, from Drop Stable. San Qua Non from the Vault, Sugarcane from Almighty JC, Midterm Fallout from Big Brain Stables, White Satin from McWacky Racers, Monolithic Frost from my man Dubdala, and Bowtown Roads Foe from Revere Ranch. Yeah, I don't know how are you gonna say that from Drop Stable? How are you gonna name that horse? Japanese characters is in first.
Well, without trying to get canceled on the internet, I could try to Google it and see exactly what it even
I
says.
can do it. I can Google it. I've done this before. That's how I found out one of my homie Sorepan's name. All he had was those characters, and I never could figure out what it was. So I just put it into Google and said translate to English. Jing Kuwa.
There we go.
Kuwa. Jing Kuwa.
Jinqua? Jinqua?
That works. That works for me. Jaquan.
Jinqua?
Jaquelin.
I don't know why I'm saying it like a Frenchman. Jinqua? But here we are.
All right, so this Narrows allowance race is 10 furlongs, and it's starting in about 1 minute and 35 seconds. We got a lot of the people in the chat that are in this race, and like somebody had mentioned, I think it was True Stoner and myself, if you guys want some horses, some better horses, let me know, and we will put them up on the market for you. It looks like a lot of them have been purchased recently because there's nothing but retired horses. So if you guys are ready, I'll throw one up right now. Get on the market, get ready, go to S's. I'm about to throw it on the market right now for you guys to buy. Aston Martin's going up. I won't sell my Aston Martin on VV, but I will sell my Aston Martin on Photo Finish because that horse has not been doing great for me, but it is an S- horse. It's a decent horse. I'll put it up for 100, so whoever gets it first gets it. All right, apparently this horse was named after a former Chinese cyclist in the Olympics. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Jinqua? Who doesn't know about Jinqua in the Olympics? Come on now.
I'm sorry, my Olympic...
You know what I'm saying?
my Olympic trivia skills are not on par today. Dub says he also threw up one for you guys to grab. So go in there and grab those two horses. We got two S- that just went up. Same price, 100 Derby. Next race is at 30 seconds. I'm going to leave it over to Mo a little early and see what he does with the extra time. It's all you, Mo. Crickets.
Please stand by for a race call.
Am I not supposed to throw it to you early?
Please stand by. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Normally we get our early field entrance and our breakdowns by the vault, but apparently that's a union job, so we're not doing that today. I'm going to take it over from here. This is the Narrows allowance, ladies and gentlemen. Going 10 furlongs on the dirt, soft track, here on Photo Finish Live. 10 in the gate, locked and loaded. And away they go. Awkward start for the 9. Sandman out to an early lead, followed by Sign Qua Non. Another half length back to Jinqua. And another half length back now to the almighty JC stable runner, Sugarcane. Inside of him is Lady on the Tracks, and White Satin now makes a move on the outside as we head into the turn here in this 10 furlong affair. Sandman showing the way at 10-1. Nice comfortable trip on the inside, but Sine Qua Non at 6-1 says, I got something for you. As we head into this turn here, Sugarcane now sitting there in a comfy third, followed by White Satin. Half length back to the inside over Jinqua, famous Chinese cyclist that everybody knows about. Lady on the Tracks at 15-1 with a nice rail ride. And the opening half has gone in 49 and change. Sign Qua Non now sticks his nose in front at 6-1. Sandman still hanging around though at 10-1. Outside of him, White Satin, followed by Sugarcane, Jinqua, and Lady on the Tracks. Weather might be a factor out today. I do see some mud kicking around in the horses' faces, but doesn't matter for Cinque Non because there's nobody in front as he's just skipping to the lead. Still with a length and a half lead over White Satin now, making his move into second place. Jinqua on the inside. Sugarcane making a move here. Things are tightening up. They're shaking them and baking them down the stretch. It's White Satin, it's Sine Qua Non. It's White Satin, Sine Qua Non back on the inside. It's Sine Qua Non. Neck over White Satin and Sugarcane, it looks like at 8-1. Round out your trifecta.
Man, that was tough. I didn't think I was going to win it. He took the lead at the end. I finally got my first win of the night. Shout out to VB Darklink. Was able to get a couple horses to go with their pregnant horses. Nothing wrong with picking up pregnant horses, by the way. That's actually pretty smart because then you got some female horses. They breed more than once. After the season is over, you can breed them again. But boom, we got a win there from one of my horses finally. San Qua Non kind of want to look at this horse's record real quick. If I could load up for me. 23 starts. Oh yeah, I picked it up. It had already raced a lot. But as you can see for me, since I picked it up, it's got a first and 2/3, and it just got another first for me. So not bad. I'm enjoying that horse. I'll be breeding it as soon as it is of age. Right. Thank you, Dub. BD Hinder says, since Stoner's dominating, I had to grab a Stoner's horse. Yeah, I don't blame you. Stoner's got good horses. I don't know where he got all these horses. He never told me. It's maybe some secret. Oh, we got a grade 1 starting up. This will be the grade 1 of the night. It's definitely not one of my best horses. However, like stats-wise, it's not one of my great horses, but it's been doing pretty well for me. 4 races and 4 finishes in the money. This is going to be a sprint, 5 furlongs, the Saltpeter grade 1 in 1 minute and 25 seconds. We got Dane K's horse, Jamish's Foal. We got Go Stables with Bear's Foal. We got Cashmere. I think I've raced that horse before. From Big Brain Stables. My horse is GVT Explorer 5. This is another one that I can give away if anybody's interested. We got Loretta Forson from True Stoner. True Stoner's got an S+ horse in this race. Man, he's got some good horses. We got McWacky's race. McWacky's Racer's horse is 3 Blind Moose, not mice. Dub Dollar has Bane. That's a good name. The Head Mistress from Darklink. Darklink's in this race with another Ace+ horse. Valley Happy from Coach of Queens. We got Mercury Fading. I don't know why I misspelled that or mispronounced that. Mercury Fading from Moondog, and L.E.B. Harillo from Revere Ranch. Let's go. True Stoner snipes those. You snipe those good those good stats off the market? I've been trying to snipe some off the market. I got a few, but not as good as you. We got Jerry Clow in the chat. What's up, Jerry Clow? You need to get you some horses, man, if you don't have any already. Dub says Stoner's been plotting behind the scenes. I know he got one of his horses from, no, actually, you got your horse from Commish. I don't know where True Stoner gets his horses. I know where you get yours, Dub. True Stoner's just sniping. He's on the market all day looking for these horses to pop up. BD Hinder says, hope it has some special juice, but I don't get caught. Uh-oh. Which one, BD Hinders, are you Revere Ranch? I want to say you're Revere Ranch. Let me know what ranch you are. I think that's who you are. All right, good luck on this one, y'all. It's a grade 1.
Thank you, Vault. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Salt Pepper Grade 1 race here on Photo Finish Live. Major race. Going 5 furlongs here on the turf. 11 horse field there in the gate. And they're off. Even start for all here on the turf. Cashmere now out to the early lead, followed by Lurative Forson out of Stoner Circles. Half length now to the 2 horse out of Ghost Stables, Bear's Full. A length now back to 3 Blind Moose at 9-1, followed by Bane. And it's Jamish's Full and L.E.B. Javilo sitting in 6th. Opening quarter in 22 and change. Bear's Full showing the way. Cashmere half length sitting on the outside. Another length back now to Luratef Forson and Coach of Queens. Another half length back, and it's a whole pack of them. L.E.B. Harilo and Jomish. A whole bunch of other people, and it's going to be Bears, Foals, Cashmere. They caught the announcer sleeping again down the stretch. What a race. Bears, Foals, Cashmere, and Luratef. 2, 3, 5 is your order of finish. What a race.
Bear Foes beats the favorite. The favorite was Cashmere. That's from Ghost Stables. Let's hear my horse. My horse was way back here. He got caught up in some traffic. He could not get around that wall for nothing. I had no doubt he was not going to be able to get around those. All right, guys, this is what we've been waiting for. The big showdown is next. The last race of the night. The Norman allowance is going to be 9 furlongs. And we got some good horses in here. I guess we got True Stoner's horse in here, too. Outcast. That's one of his best horses. All right, let's see who's in this race. We got Waddles, Groves, Foal from Dane K with 1 win and 13 starts. Here's your boy right here, the fan favorite, my favorite actually. Eka Mouse. Oh man, Dub, your horse is the favorite this time. Eka Mouse at 4-1, 2 wins and 3 starts. We got True Stoner's Outcast. I think he beat me last time I raced him with 9 wins in the finish. I'm sorry, 9 finishes in the money out of 17 starts. Almighty JC's got Walking More Boldly racing on this one. He's got a good record. Temper Rug from SoCal Stables. That stable's been winning a lot tonight. There's your favorite. Your favorite of the today is Triple Dub from Dub Dollar at 3-1. He's got an S+ horse over here. And then Mademoiselle Dupre. I think I did that one all right. From Moondog Stables with the 8-1. I think that's, no, 9-1 is the long shot. So this is the showdown. We got Mouse versus Outcast versus Triple Dub. These 3 horses are some of the top horses from the Omi Homies. True Stoner says, if anybody wants it, I put another S horse on the market. I'm sure, Darklink, if you get on the market, you might be able to grab one, or anybody else. Jerry, if you want a horse, get onto this marketplace. I click on the S tab right here, and then I sort by price and wait for people to list stuff for cheap. Like this one right here just went up. You're lucky I don't grab that. Man, I should grab it. And it's a filly. Are you serious? Y'all better get that. Sorry, y'all. Did I beat you?
Give me a couple extra seconds for the intro on this one.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Maybe like 20. We got start at like 20, 15.
All right. I think I got
we
that
got
one. I feel bad.
Ika Mouse, and who's the other guy here?
We got Ika Mouse. Hold on. Let me pull these up here. We got Triple Dub, and we got Outcast.
Yeah.
Darklink, if you want that horse I just grabbed, let me know. I'll give it to you. But it would be one of my top horses if I grabbed it. That was a really, really good horse. And it was a filly. All right. Off to you, Mo. Good luck, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ali Frazier, Johnson Bird, and now the next iteration is Triple Dub and Ika Mouse. This week's Rumble in the Jungle. Let's get ready to race 'em. It's the Norman Allowance major race here on Photo Finish Live. And sorry to anybody I woke up. 7 horses in the gate, and they're off. Awkward start for the 7 here. Ika Mouse out to an early lead. Triple Dub on the outside, followed by Outcast. And number 5 out of SoCal Stables. Round out your top 4 early on as they get up the backstretch. Ika Mouse, fan favorite out of the VV Vault Bams. And Outcast, Triple Dub, also top runners here in the field. But right now, it's a 2-horse race. Ika Mouse and Outcast showing the way. Opening quarter in 24 and change. About 2 lengths back now. Temper Rug, followed by Triple Dub. Walking more boldly. And Waddle Grub's Foal as they move along the backstretch. Open in half in 48 and change. Ika Mouse now bows down on the rail. Let Outcast take a little bit of a lead here, half a length. As Triple Dub buys his time here on the outside. Temper Rug currently biding his time as well. Walking more boldly, and Waddle Grub's Foal looking to get involved. And after an early stumble from the 7, he is completely out of it. 3 quarters have gone, 1:12. Things are starting to heat up now, folks. Outcast and Ika Mouse. Who's it gonna be? Outcast now pulling away. Ika Mouse, they've been talking about it all week. Does he have it under the hood? It's Outcast by 4 lengths. Make it 5 lengths. He's coasting home. Outcast over Ika Mouse, Triple Dub, and Temper Rug.
Yeah, it was True Stoner's night. We should have known better. True Stoner took it away. It was supposed to be between Ika Mouse and Triple Dub, and then Outcast just went and beat us both. Let's go. Shout out to True Stoner. Had a good day. I'll take that second place. Nothing wrong with that. Darklink, get ready right now. Is there a max stable amount? I don't know, but I don't think so. Journey from the Palace. We'll be racing again next week, and if you want some horses, let me know, and I'll get you some. Darklink, get ready. I'm getting ready to post this horse right now. You need to beat everybody else to it, so prepare yourself. It's about to go up. All right, where's that horse that I just got? Here it is, Garpard. See, this would be my 3rd best horse, so this is a really, really good horse, and it's a filly. Get ready. Get ready. It's going up right now. Hope you get it, Darklink. Good luck. Let me know in the chat if you get it too. Journey, yeah, I knew you had a couple horses. I'm going to put my horse on Lasix. Oh no, is it blind? Let us know too if you want to DM me, if you want to find out some more information about it. Also, you can go back and watch the replay of this stream. We had an OG of the game on giving us some tips on racing, and just watch the stream to see how I enter the races, and you'll understand how it works. You can't enter the races from the app for some reason. It doesn't seem to work. I have to do everything on the PC. Awesome. Good to hear that you got that one, Darklink, because that's a really good horse. All right, guys, we've been live for like 2 hours racing horses, NFT horses, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Shout out to my man Mo Knowz for a great job calling all of these races. I appreciate you, Mo. You did a great job today.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. It was a blast as always. Appreciate chat hanging out. Quick shameless plug, real quick. I might start practicing during the week on my own channel. This way I can not botch so many calls with you. We could be a little more professional. But maybe wants to mosey on over. You know what I'm saying? Come check me out on the old YouTube, on Twitch, Monos, all the same stuff. I appreciate it, man. It was fun.
Let us know what your channel is so I can let everybody know. I'll let them know in the, we have a photo finish channel now in the Discord server if you guys want to coordinate getting into some races. And I'll also post Mo's channel on there as well. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Great commentary by Mo as always. And I will see y'all next week. We'll be doing it again next week, Friday night races. We'll see y'all then. Later, homies.
Peace.